Somewhere out there, right now, an object is falling toward you that has been drifting since before the first mountain rose on Earth, before oxygen filled our sky, before anything on this planet existed at all. The ground you're standing on hadn't even formed when this thing began its journey. And after billions of years crossing the black silent gulf between stars, it has finally arrived. It is older than the sun itself, older than the light that lets you see this screen, and older than most things you will ever imagine. On July 1st, 2025, a telescope in Chile called ATLAS caught a flicker of light moving too fast to belong here. Within days, astronomers confirmed it. This was only the third interstellar object ever detected, a wanderer born around another star entirely, in a system we will never see and can never name. They named it 3I/Atlas. At its closest approach to our Sun, it was moving at over 68 kilometers per second, fast enough to cross the distance from New York to Los Angeles in under a minute. It didn't need our Sun's gravity to reach that speed. It arrived already screaming through the dark at nearly 58 kilometers per second, untouched by anything in our solar system. That single fact told scientists something extraordinary. This object was a guest passing through, not a native. It came from somewhere else, someone else. Think of a comet like a cosmic time capsule, sealed the moment it formed and never opened again until now. Using the James Webb Space Telescope, scientists studied the gases boiling off its surface as it warmed near the sun. Buried in that vapor was a clue written in isotopes, the ratio of carbon-13 to carbon-12. Here's the analogy. Imagine every generation of stars as a chef, each one slightly changing the recipe of the universe's chemistry, adding a pinch more of a rare ingredient every single time. By reading how much of that ingredient is missing from 3I/Atlas, scientists could calculate how early in the galaxy's life it was cooked. The answer floored them. The comet's chemistry matches an era nearly 12 billion years ago, when the Milky Way itself was still young, and stars were forged from primitive metal-poor gas unlike anything that ever built our own sun and its planets. Sit with that thought for a moment. This ancient wandering thing has existed for 3 times longer than our entire solar system. It was already ancient when Earth was still nothing more than a swirl of dust. So what does that make us? A blink in its endless journey? Or the first eyes it has ever met in 12 billion years of silent travel? Because the deeper mystery isn't just its age, it's where it came from. Astronomers traced its trajectory backward through the galaxy and found it likely originated in the thick disk, a region populated by ancient low-metallicity stars built from the leftover simplicity of the early universe before heavier elements like carbon, oxygen, and iron had accumulated in any real abundance. This comet may be a fossil, not from our solar system's birth, but from an entirely different planetary system, one that formed, evolved, and possibly died billions of years before our sun even ignited for the first time. Some astronomers even suspect its parent star no longer exists at all, which means we may be looking at the only surviving remnant of a solar system that vanished long, long ago, leaving no other trace behind. And here is the twist that changes everything. 3I/Atlas is not stopping. It is not orbiting. It came from beyond, swung past our sun exactly once, and is now leaving forever, hurtling back into interstellar space at speeds that will carry it toward another star system entirely, one humanity may never identify or ever name. We got exactly one chance to study it. One narrow window in 12 billion years of its existence, where its path happened to cross ours by pure, staggering chance, a coincidence so precise it almost defies rational belief. If our telescopes had been built just a decade later, we might never have known it existed at all. It would have slipped past us in total silence, the same way it has slipped past 1,000 other worlds before ours, unnoticed and unremembered. So take a moment and really consider this. Right now, as you watch this, other ancient wanderers exactly like 3I/Atlas are moving through the galaxy, unseen, unnoticed, carrying secrets from before the sun was even born. Some of them may already be passing through the edges of our solar system, in the dark places we haven't learned to watch yet. We didn't find 3i/Atlas because it came looking for us. We found it because for one fleeting moment in 12 billion years, two ancient stories, its and ours, happened to cross paths in the vast, indifferent dark. And the next time it happens, we might not be watching. We might never even know it was there at all, drifting past us silently, forever out of reach.